I was I watched parts of The King of Comedy. I've seen the movie in the past. Very good movie, by the way. Um, and it reminded me of the fact that so many celebrities are troubled by stalkers. And Robert De Niro, when he was doing research for the film, he started asking autograph hounds, why they wanted his autograph. And he actually started asking his stalker, what do you want from me? And I was actually wondering if celebrities, if they are annoyed by autograph hounds, if they've ever thought about giving the person an autograph and then asking that person for their autograph. And the person says, well, I'm not famous. Why would you want my autograph? And they could answer, well, yeah, but, 10 years ago, I wasn't famous either. So you never know. And, would you give me your autograph? Or if they've ever thought about dealing with stalking by at least temporarily just giving the person what they want, invite them in for lunch. Maybe if they had lunch with you a couple of times, they find out you're just a regular person who happens to be famous. And, following you around all the time doesn't really make that much sense. Well, another possibility for dealing with stalkers would be, have any celebrities ever thought about stalking a stalker? I mean, that'd be really weird. I mean, of course, and also you'd get away with it because nobody would believe it. I mean, there's that guy has the record out. Taylor Swift is stalking me. Nobody would believe that a celebrity was stalking a non-famous person. But if your stalker starts stalking you, you could make it a hobby to maybe show up at that person's house or place of business a few times, just as gotcha. Anyway, I don't know if anybody should really do that. I'm not really suggesting stalking. Okay, I don't really think that's a good idea. Maybe it would be a good idea for a short story or something. But I mean, I do understand the phenomenon, and I do understand that it's an annoying phenomenon. And also, it can be dangerous. I mean, there are some stalkers who have actually attacked people. So I don't want to make light of it. And I understand it can be frightening. I wrote a biography of Marie Windsor, and she actually got letters from people that were frightening, that were scary, because she often did play villainesses. And unfortunately, people thought she was, they didn't understand that she was playing a part. She was a good person playing a bad person. And she was sometimes quite scared by some of the letters she got. So I don't want to make a joke out of it. But, well, actually, I was making a joke. But I mean, you could maybe make a film about that, or a short story. But and somebody already did do that song, Taylor Swift is Stalking Me. But it might be interesting just to let the stalker in, to have dinner with you, or to have, to be a guest at a party or something. And maybe that would finally, get them to stop. They would realize, hey, so-and-so isn't it that much different than anybody else, except that they happen to be famous. Famous people are like the rest of us, except they happen to be famous. Anyway, those are just some thoughts.